Happy Sunday, Raw Foo. Hey guys, it is so good to be back here doing some vlogging with you. I cannot even begin to express to you how awesome it was, all the messages and comments that I got from people saying, "Where were you? We've missed you. It's been 2 weeks." And for that, I must apologize. This camera is not my camera, and so where the camera owner goes, so goes the camera. And weekend before last, the camera went to Spain without me, which I thought was rather rude of it. And then last week, the camera and I were both at an arts festival all Sunday, but the camera was very busy filming art and performances and stuff, and there just wasn't time for me to do my little segment, because while it seems like it's kind of a no big deal 5-minute thing, to actually then download the video and then upload the video can sometimes be, you know, a bit of a process. And since it's not my camera, you know, I kind of have to go with what my friend is able to let me do. So anyway, that's where I've been, and today the arts festival ended last night. It went out with a bang. We had so much fun. The festival's called Fusebox, by the way, and it's done by a friend of mine named Ron Berry, and it's every year in Austin, the last week in April, first weekend in May. And man, it's fun and just inspiring to me, and I have so many ideas going on in my head, and so that's a nice little segue here. Because this week, or these 10 days, we've been talking about the mind and how your mind works with you in your raw food journey. That's what we're all about, right? And so one of the things that I really saw for myself in the past 10 days is the power of creativity. We can get so stuck in our day-to-day lives, which might not be very creative. They might be, you know, just dot, 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 dot. And creativity doesn't just mean art, although you can create a very artful life, a very beautiful life. But using your creativity to come up with solutions and to help you kind of get around and away from the sort of negative, stuck thought patterns and habits that your mind has allowed you to create over the years. We're all creative. You know, even people who don't think they're creative, they are. You are constantly creating thoughts. And those thoughts can be very positively creative, or they can be very negatively created, or they can just be stuck, which to me is a negative. So when you are approaching a challenge, and I don't mean a challenge as in our 100 days challenge, but I mean a challenge as in something that is challenging in front of you, the safe solution is to go back into your old way of thinking, being, and doing, or find and access your own creative nature. Find the creativity that is inherent in your mind. And don't just go with the solution that somebody else says works. Don't just do what you read in a book. Because I guarantee you there's another book out there in the world that says exactly the opposite. We all know that in our raw food journey, everything that we know can be completely refuted with science that disagrees. So in order to be really successful in your life and in your journey and in everything that you're working towards, I think the most important thing is to use your mind creatively to suss out what is true for you, and then to find creative solutions to get over the challenges that your life is presenting you. So I'm going to backtrack a little and confess that this whole week I have not worked out once, and this is all supposed to be about the fitness foo. And so I have not done a single workout this week. I've been super busy, and I've been working out in the yard. I did some gardening work for a friend of mine, and but I was really inspired by the dance and movement performances that I saw. Really inspired. And one of my passions, obviously, is yoga. I've been a yoga teacher for 7 years, and I've kind of been taking a yoga-cation for the past 2 months. You know, as many of you know, I lost my job as a yoga teacher and manager of a yoga studio, something that I really loved, and so it was a really brutal breakup. And so, you know, I went to another yoga studio for a few classes, you know, kind of like that rebound first date right after you've broken up with somebody and your friend sets you up and you go out on a couple of dates, and it's nice, but it doesn't feel right and you feel all yucky and you just don't want to do it again. And so then you go into hiding and you don't go out on another date for like 6 weeks or so. That's been me. So I haven't been doing my yoga, and I saw these movement performers, and it was so inspiring, and it got me thinking about yoga in a new way, and in a way that I kind of toyed with before, but because my old system and method was so dogmatic, and in a lot of ways, you know, the dogma is very limiting, and so it allowed me to start to think about yoga in a new way, and to think about yoga as a movement art, as opposed to just a workout, or as opposed to just a spiritual practice, but to really bring in, because yoga is an art, it's a science, it's all these different things. And so now what I'm really looking at myself about is, can I, at the advanced age of 39, become a movement artist? Can I become a yoga artist? Can I become almost even a dancer? Can I do that? Can I start my whole life over again with that kind of focus? Because I've always wanted to be a dancer or a gymnast or you know, one of those things, and I never was. And so now, using the inspiration that I've drawn from what I've witnessed, and using my own creativity and everything that just sounds so beautiful to me, I am venturing into that world. That's my next step. So starting today, actually, if the sun ever comes out, but even if it doesn't, I am starting yoga classes in the park for anybody in the Austin, Texas area who wants to come and do yoga in the park. I'm going to be, well, I'll be down at Zilker Park. Of course, if you're not in the Austin area, you'd have no idea what I'm talking about. You don't really care. But I'm conducting yoga classes in the park. It is by donation, and I am accepting donations of suggested donations $10, and I'm also accepting, you know, fruits and garden vegetables and flowers. So whatever you'd like to give. But what I really want you to do this week is to start to use your mind for creative solutions to all of your challenges, and to really look, what kind of creativity do you want to see in your life? What kind of creativity do you want to manifest in your life? There's so much out there. There's so much that can be done. So that's where I'm going to sign off. Blessings to you all. Eat your veggies. Happy Sunday, everybody.